All right, so coming in at number 8, we have Armando. I'm sorry, but let's talk about your good notes. You got Michael Thomas and George Kittle. After that, you have some question marks on your team. We got the well-known Dalvin Cook, who has yet to finish a season after 2 years of playing. Carson Wentz, who also has yet to finish a season, I believe. And that's about it. You got the age-old Larry Fitzgerald, who is 67 years old. So who knows how much longer he's going to last. D.D. Westbrook showed an exciting first quarter and a half in his third preseason game. We'll see what his connection with Foles will look like. But other than that, I actually think me giving you the number 8 spot is quite a generous spot after looking at your team fully. You could finish later than that, but I didn't feel like going back and changing everything. So right now I have you at number 8. So at lucky number 7, we got WTF picks, Big Z. Let's go ahead and knock off the top 3 guys on your team right now. We got Baker Mayfield, Julian Edelman, and of course DeAndre Hopkins. As long as Julian Edelman will stay healthy, he's know you're going to catch his balls from Tom Brady, if you know what I mean. You like Chris Carson, had a pretty decent year last year. Let's see if he can keep that going. Delaney Walker is going to be a little bit of a hit or miss, I believe, with Tennessee this year. Philip Lindsay seemed to have a pretty decent year as well last year. You got the Vikings defense, which looks pretty good. So I think number 7 for you, right in the middle, Big Z is kind of about where you're going to finish, just peeking outside, looking into the playoffs. All right, coming in at number 6, we got our newcomer, Unlucky Bastards, Will Murray. If you guys could recall, Will did draft Andrew Luck this year, about 30 minutes before knowing of his retirement, so can't really fault him there, just a little unlucky break he had there. Let's go ahead and talk about some of your players here. Obviously, you drafted Alvin Kamara first, which is a no-brainer there. It's a good choice. Next 2 players on the list that will be pretty good for you that I see will be Lamar Jackson, as long as he still stays healthy. He's going to get the yards on his legs. He's going to get some rushing touchdowns, so that's going to be nice. Joe Mixon was a nice addition to my team early in the season, until he got hurt. So as long as he stays healthy, he'll be a nice little 1-2 punch with Alvin Kamara. Everyone seems to be pretty high on Chris Godwin this year, so only time will tell with that. Solid tight end pick in Zach Ertz. So I think towards the end of the year, number 6, you'll be edging into the playoffs, my friend. All right, staying alive at number 5, we got For the Brand, Mr. Birch himself, second-year player in this league. He went ahead and took David Johnson with his first pick, with a combination of him and his quarterback Kyler Murray working together. That's going to be the either dominant force for his team, or it could be the downfall. We don't really know, but everybody seems to be pretty high on Kyler Murray, of course. If David Johnson can stay healthy, I think he's got the good guy behind him. He should be able to put up some points. Damian Williams, now that Kareem Hunt is officially gone, in that offense, he's going to be able to put up some numbers for you. Any wide receiver on the Rams, is going to be good. So Brandon Cooks looks nice for you there. Again, same thing with Jarvis Landry in the Cleveland offense. Him trying to split balls with OBJ could be interesting. Obviously, you got the number 1 tight end and Travis Kelce, so you got some nice weapons on here. The biggest question will be what Kyler Murray and David Johnson can do for you throughout the year, but I believe you will be staying alive in the playoffs at number 5. All right, guys, making our way into the top 4, we have myself, the commish, Kyle, taking that number 4 spot. Le'Veon Bell did promise me a championship this year after drafting him number 1 overall last year, so I'm going to go ahead and take that bet from him. I'm going to ride his little Bell train all the way to the playoffs for sure. Following up that pick with another ex-Steeler, Antonio Brown, and that Oakland offense should be interesting, but I think he's going to get a lot of balls there. T.Y. Hilton, now with Luck gone, could be interesting, but I still think he'll be able to get the ball from Jacoby Brissett, no problem. Dak Prescott's going to be a solid starter for me. I don't really have any issues there. Aaron Jones will be a question mark. Everybody seems to be pretty high on O.J. Howard at tight end in Tampa, but apparently they're pretty high on every wide receiver, anybody catching balls out of there. So only one person can catch a ball at a time, but we will see. I think my top 2 or 3 guys will be able to carry myself into the playoffs in the number 4 position. All right, so I'm coming into these last 3 guys. It was pretty much splitting hairs for me. So at number 3, I got Gay Hart. Girls just want to have fun. Your top 4 guys and Deshaun Watson, Todd Gurley, Devontae Adams, and Stephon Diggs. Those guys alone are pretty much going to keep you afloat and fly them through the whole year. I don't think you have to worry too much about that. You're saying they're going to take away touches from Todd Gurley. I don't really believe that. And as long as Deshaun Watson can stay on his feet and stay healthy, I think you're going to have a pretty solid year, my friend. So coming in at the number 2 spot, we have the GOAT commish, Jeff Andres, or as I like to call him, Das Boot. Christian McCaffrey, obviously a pretty no-brainer second pick you had there. We know he's going to get his touches and get his touchdowns. I really do like Leonard Fournette this year if he can manage to not be an idiot and stay healthy. Amari Cooper with Dak Prescott, throw him the ball. It's always going to be pretty solid. Calvin Ridley in that Atlanta offense looks pretty nice. And you're going to get double points that way with Matt Ryan as your quarterback. I do like Mike Williams as your 3rd wide receiver. And Jared Cook should put up some decent numbers in that New Orleans offense. So, number 2, this one's for you.
I just gotta bring it to their attention, baby. That's
First time in the league, no problem for this guy. Adam Trask takes my number 1 rank, Zeke and the Chubby Bunch. I think with the news of Ezekiel Elliott breaking out that he's going to probably sign his deal this weekend was a huge boost to him. Without that, I probably would have had him down a little further. But Ezekiel Elliott, Nick Chubb, Adam Thielen, Robert Woods, and Cam Newton, which is a little bit of a question mark there, but those other guys are going to give you points all year long, my friend, as long as everyone stays healthy, which is the same deal for almost everyone. But you, my friend, you take the number 1 spot. You are number 1.